Okay, so in this video we're going to look at some properties of matter. And the first thing I want to show you is that two similar things, like two pieces of foil, do not attract or repel each other in any way. Nor do two pieces of paper. This is thin paper, so we should be able to see any attractions or repulsions. Paper and foil likewise have no particular attraction or repulsion for each other. Now, I'm going to use another material, tape. And in this tape, you will see there's a T1 and a B1. Okay, so T stands for top, and B stands for bottom. And I have these two pieces of tape that are stuck down to the table. Okay, so T1 is stuck to B1, and B1 is below, of course, because it's bottom. Okay. So I'm going to take these two pieces of tape and I'm going to sort of set them aside here because we're going to be using them quite a lot. Notice there's a piece of tape on the table. That one is just there so that if the table was dirty or had some sort of material on it, we don't have that on our piece of tape. Now if you try this demonstration at home, you will notice that this first part you need to pull the tape off of the table tape slowly, okay? And you can speculate later on about why that is, but you can see here that I'm removing it pretty slowly, okay? And now when I take it off, I'm just going to smooth it out and make sure it's all nice and straight like that, and I'll set it here. Okay, so here are our materials. T1, B1, T2, B2, and we've got our foil and paper for the end of this. The next thing I'm going to do is separate these ones, T1 from B1 and T2 from B2. I'm going to do that quickly. And I am going to set them back where I had them. If I could please get them to behave. And I'm going to do the same for T2 and B2. Okay, so the first comparison that I would like to do, since I've got B2 stuck to my fingers, I'm going to see whether B2 has any thoughts, as it were, about B1. So these are both bottom tapes, and I'm trying to see what they think of each other. Ooh, what do you think? Oh, hopefully you see that they are repelling each other. I can't even get them to line up. Okay, that one's now pushing that one away by some invisible force. So the two B's seem to want to repel each other. Now maybe we can have some luck seeing what the two T's do. So here's T1 and here's T2. Okay, here come the T's. What do you see happening? Definitely repelling, right? Well, these ones are so stuck that they're having trouble showing you that repulsion. Some conformations of tape bend better than others. Okay, so the T's repel each other, the B's repel each other. What happens if I take a T and ask it what it thinks of a B? Here's T1 and B2. T1 and B2. Do you see that they seem to want to attract? Right? Hopefully you can see that. Okay. So T1 attracts B2. I wonder what happens when T1 hits B1. So here's T1, and B1's been on my hand. I hope that didn't affect anything. Oh, look, T1 and B1 attract each other too. So T's attract B's. Let's stick with the T's a little bit longer. And let's see what T thinks of foil, or what foil thinks of T. Do you see that attraction? It's maybe not quite as significant. Oh, that's pretty significant. And the same, let's see what happens with paper. Only problem with paper is I guess if they stick, they might get stuck. Okay, so T1 attracts foil and paper and both B's, but it repels T2. That's what we know so far. Let's try B. Here's B2. B2 and paper. Ooh. Do you see that paper is being quite attracted to B? And our foil? Ooh, likewise, very attracted to B. But B's were also attracted to T's, we already showed that, right? But repelled from other B's. Okay, so T's are attracted to B's and foil and paper. B's are attracted to T's and foil and paper. T's are repelled from each other. B's are repelled from each other. Foil and paper are attracted to any of the tapes, but are not attracted at all to each other. But they're not repelled from each other either.